Left hand guidelines. The left hand fingering is marked with numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4. Begin by placing the left foot on a footstool and positioning the guitar on the left leg. Adjust the position of the guitar so the head of the instrument is approximately eye level. With the elbow down and the wrist of the hand straight, position the hand so the fingers are parallel with the frets. The thumb position should be flat and aligned with the second finger. The fingers should be flexed, curved, so they are perpendicular to the fretboard. Push the string down with the fingertip. The placement should be behind the fret. The position of the hand is marked by the placement of the first finger. So if the first finger is positioned behind the first fret, this is called first position. If the first finger is positioned behind the 7th fret, that is called 7th position. And now for some left hand exercises. These exercises are to help you set and maintain that hand position we just described. Also to help you establish better control over the individual movement of the fingers and to strengthen them. Set the hand in 7th position, that is, with the first finger behind fret 7 and the thumb behind fret 8. Now place the fingers on the 4th string with the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th finger on the 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th frets respectively. You can actually pull your hand in and allow it to touch the side of the neck to make sure that you've got that nice and even. Now after establishing the position, lift the fingers above the strings. Your job when you do the exercises will be to maintain the position of the fingers above the designated frets while following the patterns. You may do the patterns in 2 different ways. One, by holding the finger down until the next finger is firmly positioned and then lifting it. We call that kind of like legato. And the second way would be just to place a finger down and lift it and do each of the movements individually. That separation be like staccato. This is a picture of what your hand should look like. Fingers even with the frets, 7th position, all 4 fingers initially down, and then you lift them all above the string and then put the first finger down. Now with the fingers set in position on the 4th string, we're ready to begin. These exercises should initially be executed with the left hand alone, so you can devote complete concentration on the movement of the fingers and maintaining the position throughout. Okay, so with the fingers positioned in 7th position and the fingers on the 4th string, lift the fingers and now place just the first finger down. Notice if there's any movement in the other fingers. If there is, adjust them and put them back in position. Now add the second finger, and again, note if there's any changes that occurred, whether the 3rd and 4th finger, for instance, moved, and move them back. Now you can lift the first finger, and again, watch for movement. Add the 3rd finger, lift the 2nd, add the 4th, lift the 3rd. Between each of these movements that you're doing, whether you're lifting a finger or putting a finger down, you're really watching to see if there's some reflex, some reaction on behalf of the other fingers and whether they move. You're also trying to maintain that position all the way through. Okay, and you can do that with the second pattern, the same. You set the position by putting the fingers on the string, get it all set, lift them, put only the first finger down, maintain space between those fingers, don't let them move. Add the third finger this time. Lift the first. Add the second. Lift the third. Add the fourth. Lift the second. Again, this is not about speed. This is really about control. If you have control over the individual movement of the fingers and you can position them well, they will be in the best position possible to get to the note in time. That will translate in greater accuracy and speed. Last one, first finger place on the fourth string. Now add this fourth finger, lift the first, add the second, lift the fourth, add the third, lift the second. Okay, that is exercise 1, and I would recommend that you practice that. Just go through it a few minutes a day. Second exercise, similar. You start with all the fingers on the fourth string in 7th position, and you leave them all down on that string. And then when you begin the exercise, you're going to move the first finger only to string 3, then the second finger to string 3, third finger to string 3, and fourth finger to string 3. Now the hand should have moved a little further from the side of the neck, and you may have noticed that that was a little bit tricky, especially with 3 and 4. Some of the fingers may have wanted to move a little sooner than you expected. Now do the same thing, moving to the from the third string to the second. First finger, second, third, fourth. Very good, and now you can do the same thing, moving to the second string. Very good. And we're then moving to the first string. Excellent. And this is what your hand should look like at the end. Fingers still even with the frets. Tips of the fingers flexed, perpendicular to the fretboard, and the fingers aligned where there's space between them. Very good. Well, that will be the beginning, first 2 exercises for the left hand. Be sure to devote about 10 minutes a day to practicing the left hand position, to follow the left hand exercise 1 and 2. Best wishes. Good luck on your practice this week.